And we're live. I'm waiting on the YouTube feed to come up so I can pause that and we'll get rolling or scrolling. And there it goes. Of course, there's an ad first. But going to and I couldn't get it to pause. There we go. Okay. Appreciate y'all joining me. Got four. Well, it was four. Now there's one. But whoever's there, I appreciate you joining me. If you're watching on Facebook, you won't be able to see YouTube comments. If you're watching on YouTube, you won't be able to see Facebook comments. That's one reason I read everything out loud as much as I can when I'm by myself on the panel. Sometimes I miss some. I was going to work on another project. I started this behind the scenes, but I figured this theme might be more pleasing to people than the other one I was going to do. It's an off-road Jeep. I may eventually get to that. But this piece is about 21 by 21 inches, so it's not 4 feet wide or tall, which is rare. Hello, Jason Rickloff and John Cousins watching out in YouTube. I cannot see who's watching unless you comment, but it's never mandatory to comment, but I welcome it. Any comments or questions asked at any point. Stack cutting 2 pieces of maple ply using a 22-inch Hegner, and I usually use number 5s, but there's a lot of little bitty cuts on here, so I'm using number 3 flat ended spirals by Flying Dutchman. I buy them at the Wooden Teddy Bear. This channel and my website, woodenvisions.com, is sponsored by Harneal Media, run by Steve Nealon. Yeah, he does my website. Couldn't do this without him. So thank you very much, Steve. But if you need an affordable website, good communication, and long hours, by God, check with Steve Nealon at harnealmedia.com. We have Chris Charlton out in the chat. Hello, sir. Happy New Year to you too. Hello, Herb. Long time no talk. Actually, I haven't talked to anybody in a while, but Herb Scrolling Station, a Hangout regular. And got 9 people watching. Don't hold back if you have any comments or questions, good or bad. This will be the final live stream of the year. I don't know how long I'll do it. I'll do it as long as I can hang. And so there's that. I'm going to move some stuff out of my way and we'll get to scrolling. I don't have enough table room near me. And Midnight Scroller has joined us. Hello, Shaylee. And Harold Warner watching from Facebook. Hello, Harold. John S. I like to acknowledge everybody that takes the time to watch and comment. That's why when I'm alone, I can't scroll and talk, so I have to stop to read the comments, and I don't mind doing that, but just don't let it fluster you. Per the usual, I started with the face, more so the eye. Got the whole head done. Cut out the big pieces in the background to reduce the weight, and now I'm starting on the grass. This piece, or this pattern, is available at woodenvisions.com, and the link is in the description. At least on YouTube it is. I don't know if it shows up on Facebook or not. But I appreciate everybody stopping by. I am using number 3s. Usually I use number 5s. Some of these bigger cuts I may go with number 5, or I may just stick with number 3s. I do not know. I hope everybody has a good New Year. But if it's not good for you, there's always somebody out there that's got it worse. I know that doesn't always help, but try to remember that. If you're not subscribed, I hope you'll consider it. And if you do, please click on the bell and click on the word all, and you won't miss any notifications for when I go live. Last one, I believe, was about 5 or 6 days ago. Christmas Eve, I believe. I did finally finish the Santa. I posted it on Facebook, so if you're not connected with me on Facebook, you didn't see it. And it looks like John is multitasking. I'm not real good at doing that, but I am going to take a swig of Dr. Pepper and we will officially start scrolling. I know it hadn't been 18 minutes, but hopefully one of my homies will jump on the panel here soon. That is never mandatory. All right. All right, we're ready. I apologize in advance if I miss any comments. I try to scroll back. It looks like there's a lot of activity. If you're watching on Facebook, the chat is usually more active on YouTube, and the video quality is usually better. But my my video quality is limited by bandwidth, but hopefully it's visible for y'all. And because the detail is so crowded on a majority of this, I am going to do my best to stay on the line. That's why if you see me going back and forth like this, I'm just shaving away at the line till it's the shape I want. This may look hugely detailed, but I don't foresee it taking too long. I mean, I won't necessarily finish it on this live stream unless I get a lot of energy, but do my best. Didn't break, but if you're thirsty, take a drink. I just didn't get it in the plant good. And believe it or not, I did hog out the holes on every single pilot hole in here. What I mean by hogging out the holes is pushing a, you can either call it an ice pick or an awl, pushing that on the back side of the pilot holes so it's easier to find with the blade. You're not fiddling around with that near as long. So basically it just creates a little funnel, a bigger area for the blade to find and slip right in. Harold Warner is now watching from YouTube, and looks like Jennifer Walton Procarion has joined us from Facebook. Hello, Jennifer. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody. Well, I don't have my mouse near me, but hopefully I didn't miss anybody. Excuse me. Getting harder and harder for me to figure out what projects to work on because I don't like going from real detail to real simple. So I have a few in line that have Harold Warner said Shirley is my hero. Well, thank you, sir. For me, it's really just another day. It just happens to be New Year's Eve, but that's my mindset. Been working on my mental health lately. Just looking out for me emotionally and yeah, I don't know how to explain it. You know what I mean by mental health. Going through some things personally, but just got to work through it. Nothing drastic. Well, not that I know of. Happy New Year's to you too, Barbara Miracle, watching from Facebook. It's fun when you live in an area that has a burn ban, so you can't do fireworks. Not that I do them anyway, but yeah, it sucks for most people. In the meantime, Colorado's dealing with fires because of down power lines. I don't have anything against watching fireworks. I just won't spend money on them because you're literally burning up your money. You only get one try. I'm trying, Shay. There's a very slight bow in this piece, or cup, whatever you want to call it, but that's why when I'm over here, I have to hold it down to make sure it's cutting straight up and down. And if you're new to scrolling and you dread something with this much detail but want to try it, I just found a pilot hole I missed. One little pilot hole. Anyway, Thank you, Jeff Drury, and thank you for dropping by, Chris Charlton. I forgot what the heck I was talking about. I completely lost it. Anybody know what I said? I think it was scrolling related. Oh well. I know I always talk about hating dead air. I just don't know what to talk about. If you're ever watching on YouTube, pay attention to the names out in the chat because if they have a channel, go check them out. If you like what you see, subscribe. And I think I missed a couple comments. I think Barbara started to type a sentence and only got part of it. Said, if you dread so much detail. Jennifer says, you were talking about wanting to do something with so much detail. Oh, okay, y'all were letting me know. I don't remember what my point was for bringing that up, but thank y'all. Harold Warner says, I just went back to working after being unemployed for 5 months. Congratulations. I didn't touch the scroll saw those months, and I wish I had. Before these last couple projects, I hadn't touched mine either. My whole mental state is skewed. And I just found another pellet hole I missed. 2 little bitty ones. Anyway, I know I said if you dread detail, but I don't remember why I brought that up because, my brain loves to say squirrel. Ah, it had to have been a point to it. I don't know what it was. That's embarrassing. That happens to me all the time. I'll start a sentence and not even know where I'm going with it. I got a stupid thing covered up my screen. It's supposed to get cold here in Texas in the next few days. It's 68 degrees Fahrenheit right now, but that's quite bearable. Jennifer, you can ask me anything. The speed is, well, the table on the scroll saw is only about 9 inches wide by about 17 inches front to back, so I have a piece of plexiglass with a frame built around it, 2 feet front to back by 4 feet wide, so I can do large projects. And the blades I prefer are either number 3 or number 5 Flying Dutchman spirals, flat-ended, and I get them from Wood and Teddy Bear. Flat-ended because it works better on Hegner style clamps. But even with flat ends, you sometimes have to untwist them slightly so they'll face in the right direction. Jennifer says they have 14 inches of snow there. Good lordy. That's a lot of snow. I think John Cousins is dealing with a lot of snow too, but I've slept since then. But it is Canada. so they tend to get a little bit of snow there. Yeah, anybody watching can ask me anything you want to know, even if it's not related to scrolling. I'm pretty much an open book. I do not have plans, Jeff. I just kind of winged it. I knew I wanted a bigger surface. It's pretty boring. Uh, I painted black on the underside and sanded the top so the top wouldn't reflect light as much into the viewer's eyes. Uh, that's why I sanded the top, and black was for contrast. Uh, Pretty much just bed slats around the perimeter of the top, and then just regular 2x4 legs. It's pretty basic. Hello, Larry Aldridge, Lawrence Aldridge, watching on YouTube, and it's double-sided taped to the scroll saw table. That's why the black paint has come off here. Because it's moved a few times, and when it's not double-sided taped, it jiggles because I can't build tables real good. But that's why this is discolored, is it's rubbed the paint off the underside, so that's about the size of the table of the scroll saw, which is fine for most people, but I like cutting large projects mostly, which is why I did the large add-on. You're welcome. There's no such thing as too many questions. We all learn by asking, and I have no problem with that. As far as lighting goes, I have two ring lights, and to me they're worth their weight in gold because it lights everything up real nice. But I also have a fluorescent light right above me. Good lighting is a good thing. And the only way to see that leopard in the grass finished and the Santa Claus finished is to be connected with me on Facebook. I posted pictures there, but there's no way to post pictures on YouTube. I could go grab them, but that's a lot of cumbersome crap. Uh, None of which were done on live streams. Santa Claus I worked on New Year's Eve. My mental state went to hell, so I had to end that live stream, but I ended up finishing it. I almost always use number 5, but there's small enough detail here that I'm using number 3. I can't get anything smaller than number 3 to work on this Heckner. I don't know why. I just can never get the tension right. But I'm fine with that because I don't usually cut small projects. That being said, I do have a Seiko scroll saw, which I love, which is right over to my right. The reason why the Heckner is my go-to is I have many more years experience on it. I love the clamping system. but you cannot beat the customer service and employees and owner of Seiko. Ray Seymour. And Mike, and I believe the shop guys' names are Tim and Joe. They're in Rockwall, Texas. I've been there once. And I can't find the pellet hole. Keep finding the cuts I've already done. I had the Seiko scroll saw, the Seiko scroller's a drill, and their customer service cannot be beat. They don't treat you like a number. They know that you're what makes them succeed, and that's also why I do live streams, because it ain't worth it without viewers. Thank you, Larry. Shaylee says, I can't imagine using a 5. Yeah, to her, that's probably like using a log to cut with. But I can't imagine being these people that use these human hair size blades. I cannot get that tensioning correct. On a Seiko, I probably could. I wouldn't know what to do with myself doing a little bitty project. That's not a bad thing. You go through less wood. Another thing that happens on Fridays, 99% of the time, is live stream from Jerry Blakesley called Living Beyond Disability. And does that with Steve Nealon, so y'all check that out. Subscribe, and to know when they're going live. I'm bad at keeping up with people, so I don't remember the times, but live shows on Fridays, and sometimes there's hangouts on Saturdays. That's the way I like it, Larry. I didn't have the patience to design the grass, so what I did is I just went to Google Images and looked for images of grass and just sized it the way I needed it and put it over where the pheasant was, and there we go. I added a few crisscrosses here and there. Hello, Barry Lloyd. It has been a while. Well, for old Bill, Aussie man, it's already the new year. He's in Australia. He's not in the chat right now. Those of y'all that come here a lot know who I'm talking about. So be prepared to have to scribble and correct your dates a lot when it comes to the year. And wow, I just saw that Betty White died. Wow, and she just turned 100, didn't she? Casey Deering is my daughter, by the way. Y'all say hi if you so choose. She's watching on YouTube. Betty White died. Wow. But she just turned 100 years old, but she's an icon. Love you too, darling. Jason and John are giving weather reports. 27, cold Calgary, Alberta. John says negative 41 with wind chill up there. Negative 30 tonight for Shaylee. Larry says, I know it's really nice, Charles. I just found out it's harder for me to do really detailed patterns, but I like seeing you guys and gals that can do beautiful work. Thank you, sir. I understand. Oh, she passed at 99. She was about to turn 100. And Stace Makes has joined us. And Happy New Year to you too. Uh, her and Nick do live streams, so check them out. If you like what you see, subscribe. Yeah, did not know that. I didn't even know she was sick. I mean, I know, I know she was 99 years old. Talking about Betty White, if you're just joining us, I knew she was 99 years old, but I didn't know it had to have been natural causes. I mean, call me a genius, but I don't know the specifics. But yes, thank you for saying hi to Casey. That is my blood daughter. Anywho, I'm going to get back to scrolling. Thank you for watching. And there we go. I'm laughing at myself because I said I didn't even know she was sick. But you know, being 99 years old, you don't necessarily have to be sick to just suddenly die. But yeah, that's sad. She's a very well known icon in the world. Never heard a negative thing said about her. Betty White passed away at 99 years old. Casey says, I gotta go, but you're welcome from the devastating news. Happy New Year's Day. Happy New Year's to you too, darling. And thank you for dropping by. I love you. And I hope you're feeling better. Casey has COVID as well, or very strong suspicion of it, but it's basically acting like a back cold or sinus infection. Okay, COVID was negative. It is just a sinus infection. John says her birthday's in 2 weeks, or was in 2 weeks. Yep, that's sad. Well, she definitely lived a good long life. And Happy New Year again to you too, Jason. Y'all let me know if it says anything other than natural causes, because I mean, 99 years old, the odds are pretty good it was natural causes. I've had COVID twice. It sucks, but I've been through worse. Actually, I was talking about living beyond disability, doing live streams on Friday, but I believe he's doing his best to do a live stream through the new year working on puzzles. So I don't know how the usual Friday show is going to go, or if this is in place of it. As far as I am stack cutting two pieces, and the areas you see slightly shaded are where I have brad nails holding the stack together. So I don't do those until last or until I'm past that area. because if you cut them out too soon, then your stack won't stay together. Some people use tape around the edges, but to me that leaves fuzzies on the back of the top piece out in the middle, so that's why I like to somewhat evenly distribute them. I did have one in the top there, but I already cut that area, so I took it out. Later, Jason. Thank you for dropping by, sir, and Happy New Year again. Oh, now I remember what I was saying about working on really detailed pieces. It's you gotta like what you're doing in order to number one have the patience for it, but also if you listen to music, talk radio, whatever the case may be, it does make the time pass. But if you sit there and focus on how long it's taking, it won't be as fun for you. So that's what my point was to pass the time with music or hanging out with people, whatever the case may be, and it'll help. That's what my point was. Why I get a lot of these done behind the scenes is because I can't listen to music or radio of some kind and do a live stream because I'm not that talented at multitasking. Okay, John says no official cause of death reported as of yet. Thank you for that, John. John Bradley has joined us. Says, "Hey everyone, Happy New Year." He is yet another Canadian that's in the chat, so I think we got at least three Canadians out there. Well, there's more than three Canadians out there. I just meant in the chat. Canada's kind of big. John, if you're already multitasking, you could get on the panel, sir. I'm just kidding. You don't have to. I'm just kidding. Yep, Barry Lloyd says frozen white north. Yep. Another reason I babble during these live streams is because I can't listen to music, so it passes the time. If I stay quiet, I think too much, and that goes into mental health and blah blah bull crap. You can hear me talk about that a lot because I've been dealing with it lately. Anywho, and John says we're all multitasking, Charles. Yes, sir. Multitasking is not my strong suit. Indy Mike has joined us. Hello, Indy Mike. Says hello, everyone, and Happy New Year's Eve. You too, sir. actually kind of warm in my shop because it's Texas and I usually have the window unit on, but it makes the camera shake. It's not necessarily hot outside. I just like air moving on me. And I do have a fan behind me, but it's blowing stagnant air without any temperature to it, so that's why. Herb, I hope you're feeling all right. So I'm kind of the same way. My tension was kind of off. I don't know how I didn't break a blade. I'm gonna take a swig of Dr. Pepper, by golly. I know sometimes watching me cut detailed projects like this is like watching paint dry, but at least we all get to hang out and just banter back and forth. Especially when there's a bunch of little bitty cuts like there is in most of this project. I wouldn't really say there's anything brittle in this piece. I mean, I guess the closest would be the grass or the that piece out there. But if you're using decent wood and you're careful, you shouldn't break anything. don't know if I got that in the clamp right. It just doesn't feel right. Now you can take a drink. That's a broken blade. Hello, Bob Woodhams. For those that don't know, when we break a blade, that's a drinking game. Doesn't have to be alcohol, just whatever you want to choose. But I'm just one of them people. When I'm thirsty, I take a drink, regardless of what's happening with blades. Just saying. And I'm gonna check the tension before I put it back through the piece. Sounds good. Hello, Harnell Media. Steve Nealon, sponsor I was telling you about, does my website. If you need your website, check out harnellmedia.com. Thank you for joining me, Steve. Getting warm in here. And I need to see if I'm being held for review, so might as well get that out of the way. And yes, I am, so it's a good thing I checked. Oh, the joys of being on YouTube. All right, and we're back. Hope you're doing all right, Steve. Happy New Year, sir. I don't usually do big cuts like this with number 3, but really no reason to change out 50,000 blades. Just keep it with the number 3s. And the shaded piece next to it has brad nails, so I won't be doing that yet. Now the stalk I'm about to do looks a little wide, but That's the way I designed it, so I gotta stick with it. I don't have to, but I'm choosing to. And it's vibrating a little bit, so I'm gonna stick my thumb there. Just to reduce the odds of it breaking. Hello, JJE, and happy last day of 21 to you too, sir. Thank you for joining. Trying to figure out if there's a better camera angle I can give y'all, but I don't know that there is. I do need to adjust something like that. Alright, sorry for the shaking. And there we are. Yes, sir. That's not the clamp right, I can feel it. Now, if this was crappy wood, it would show while I'm doing this dress because all the sharp points and the narrow areas in between the blades of grass would knock the veneer off, which is very frustrating, but luckily that hadn't happened here yet. Knock on wood. Some people use solid woods. I use ply because it's easier to get. Uh, I use maple ply versus Baltic birch, which is the most common because I like the subtle grain in there. I don't like, to me, Baltic birch is kind of boring. It's bright white, I mean, unless it has grain in it. But all the Baltic birch I've ever had is kind of boring. Never had good luck with Home Depot or Lowe's wood as far as sheet goes because the veneer is crap. Bob, it's about 21 inches by 21 inches, more like 20 by 21, but give or take a millimeter or two, which for me is somewhat small. Last piece I did was 4 feet tall by 2 feet wide, but this is a refreshing change, more manageable, and not near as scary to work with. And it fits within the capacity of the saw, which is a good thing. Grass is one of the areas I was dreading the most because it's, not exciting or whatever, but that's why I started with it to get it over with. I don't know if any of it's exciting, but you know what I mean. I'm just going pretty much left or right. There's no really a method to my madness. And if you see me going back to the beginning of the cut and wondering why when I'm using a spiral, it's because I like to cut pushing the piece away from me if I have the choice. And I do, so that's why I did it. Right now I'm shaving up to the line. Got 11 people watching. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, or inquiries, or complaints, throw them on out there. If you're polite about it, I'll respond to it. Well, I'll probably respond to it's rude too, because that's kind of my thing. But I'm working on it. Trying to reduce the toxicity that I can control. Or sideways. Yeah. Yeah, it's strange. I can even do well. I'm not bragging by any means. For some reason, I'm able to cut straight lines sideways or straight on. Otherwise, I can't do it at an angle near as good unless I'm like eagle-eyed right into it. But for some reason, regardless of what brand blade I use on spirals, if I'm pulling towards me, I tend to break more blades that way. I don't know why. So pushing away from me, and I use the word a lot, visual comfort, even though that the distance between me and that blade never changes. I just have a thing I call visual comfort because I can eyeball everything from a certain angle. But that's just me. I may get tired of messing with the grass and jump on over to the tail over there just to move around. Shaylee says, funny how you find what you're comfortable with and something is off and you know right away. Yep, absolutely. and that goes for scrolling in general too. And it's not. You'd be surprised if you're a beginner, and after a while, you'll hear a certain sound and know that it's either not in the clamp right or something's off. Uh, yeah, it'll come as second nature the more you do it. And Bob's asking how long I've had this saw. I'm not sure how long I've had this saw, but it's considered a high-end saw, so it does hold up to daily use, and that's what makes a lot of the saws high-end. Uh, is they hold up to daily use hours on end. That would be the Hagner, the scroll saw. I mean the Seiko, the Excalibur. Middle of the road saws that hold up to daily use are DeWalt, quarter cable, Delta. Entry level is more like Harbor Freight. To me, Ryobi, but it's been a while since I've seen a Ryobi scroll saw, so I don't know where they consider. I'm not sure how long I've had this saw. It's quite a few years. Before this, I had an 18-inch Hegner. This one's a 22. The Seiko's a 21-inch saw. Huge table on it. Not as big as 2 feet by 4 feet, but it's quite big. I used to know the dimensions, but I've slept since then. Guess I could grab my tape measure and tell you because it is right next to me. It is about, I have stuff on the table so I can't measure it real good, 16 1/4 wide. This is not exact, but very close. By a little over 24 inches is the size of the Seiko table. Bob says he has a DeWalt. Okay, I'm going to jump over and start on the tail just for something to do, but I do have brad nails in the end of that tail, so I'm not going to do that part yet. Just a little change of scenery. And I'll adjust the camera here in a second. Hopefully that gives you all a decent view. I'm going to stretch my back a little bit and we'll get going back going. If I had the energy of most people, I'd say, hey, let's scroll right into the new year, but I don't have that kind of energy. I'll keep going as long as I can. But if you're subscribed and have the bell clicked and the word all, then you won't miss any of these. Unless you're out partying, which I don't do. And again, if you weren't here in the beginning, this piece is this design is available on woodenvisions.com. It's in the description. A direct link to it if you're so inclined. I don't want to break my resolution. John Bradley suggesting that I make a video once a week for a resolution, but I used to do them daily. I can't bring myself to do it. It'd be nice if I could, but I don't want to commit to it and not do it. Because I'm a man of my word, by golly. But projects like this, I can do part of it not live because there's so much detail in it that it wouldn't make that big of an impact unless I scroll for 10 hours straight. Move that camera again. Shaylee says she's going to message me. If I forget, remind me I shall. If I don't forget. Thank you, John. And hopefully I'll remember Shay. Hello, Ken McCrory. He is one of the 2 or 3 people that ordered a t-shirt and stuff from woodenvisions.com. You can get t-shirts, caps, coffee cups, even a neck gaiter thingy. No thongs because I don't have anybody to model them. And you don't want me doing that. I think you'd have to be really dedicated to me and or my channel to get Wooden Visions underwear or scroll on. Oh Lord, I have issues, but I'm all right. Ken says he has the T-shirt on now. Don't worry, he's not wearing Wooden Visions underwear because I don't sell that yet. I even have little scroll-on stickers. Just saying, it's on the back of my phone. Now that's not specifically. I ordered this from another place to see what it would look like, but that's I've slept since then, but I don't know what sizes are available. But I'm 99% sure. And scroll-on stickers available at woodenvisions.com. Jim Brum, hello sir, watching on Facebook, says Happy New Year, right back at you. You caught me taking a break, but I'll get back to it. And if you take too long of a break, you gotta take a drink of your favorite beverage. And again, the reason why I read the comments out loud is for one, some people listen versus watching. For two, people on Facebook can't see YouTube comments, and people on YouTube cannot see Facebook comments. I do tend to cut clockwise, but it's never mandatory because I could very well go counterclockwise on the next cut. I think clockwise is what I tend to do. That's what I'm doing right now. I do have other pheasant designs. One of them There's a flying pheasant all by itself, another one, a flying pheasant in front of a barn, and I don't know what else. But there is a search bar in the pattern area of wooddivisions.com if you're looking for a certain theme. And while I was tracing this onto the wood, I did notice there's some areas that were ridiculously narrow, so I did widen them, which you can do with any pattern you get. If an area is too narrow for you, make it wider. One area I did that was right along here. That was way too narrow, the way I had it drawn. So I just added a little more thickness in there. Hello, Donnie King. Says he finally cut alive. Glad you could, sir. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, if any of the cutouts are too crowded, uh, change the shape of them. Make wider areas between them. Whatever your comfort level is. Okay, I missed some comments, so let me scroll up a little bit. Ken says, I get more compliments on your barns. Thank you, sir. I'm a big fan of those. Jim says, don't see many pheasants, too many foxes and coyotes. Saw one this year, tons of turkeys. Yeah, it's kind of the same around here. Donnie says, relatively new scroller, about 3 months into it, learning a lot and having fun with it. Well, that's good because it is addicting. So please don't hold back if you have any questions. If I can't help you, other people can. All right. Uh, yeah, welcome to your new addiction, sir. I don't know what the heck I'd be doing if I didn't have scrolling or designing. I have no idea what I'd be doing. And people that scroll can tell you, or pretty much any of us that make things, it is therapeutic. It's hard to explain why. It gives you a sense of accomplishment, a sense of worth, a sense of. I shouldn't have started naming senses because I don't know how to word it. Keeps your mind busy, keeps your hands busy. Donnie says, had others, had to give them up. Ken McCrory says, been a scroll addict for 30 years. I started in 97. I haven't done the math. 24 if I did the math right, but I'm doing it quickly and yeah, I'm not good at multitasking. Get feeling better, Herb. All right. The wood is bowed a little bit. Is part of the reason I'm holding that down. Plus, it reduces vibration of the piece, not the saw. The saw with the sand is very heavy, so it does not vibrate. I do have a wooden floor on my shop, so that vibrates, which can be frustrating. Happy New Year to you too, Mr. Buster Stott, watching on Facebook. All right, Kimber Corey is being called away. Thank you for joining, Kim. If I can find the pilot hole, we'll get going. Uh, next one looks Russian, so I'm not entirely sure what's being said there. So I'm going to right click. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Translate to English, and it translates to rent. Alright, well, hello. The name translates to Evgenia Lilova. Hello. But nothing else translates. Thank you for being here. And on Google Chrome, you can right click and translate. I don't know if y'all knew that, which is a good thing to have sometimes. Yeah, yes, JJ, I'm stack cutting 2 of these. That's usually the most I'll stack cut. Every now and then I'll stack cut 3, but it takes too long. I had planned on making my next set of live streams an off-road Jeep, but then I got thinking more people appreciate this design and theme more than an off-road Jeep. But I do already have the off-road Jeep uh, already drawn and cut, but not cut, already drawn in pilot hold, but that's only going to be a single layer. And Shaylee says she learned something new. I guess she's referring to the translate to English on Google Chrome. Right click. If that ain't it, I have no idea what she's talking about. This is your reminder to message me, Shaylee. I probably didn't mean during the live stream, but I don't know. I wanted credit for remembering. I'm on pilot hold. Actually, the pilot hole's not moving. It's just me that can't find it. There it goes. Some things don't translate well, but most things do. You can usually figure it out if you got a couple brain cells that don't hit each other. See, now I'm cutting counterclockwise for no reason at all, so there is no method. That works over the other, at least not for me. And again, there's brad nails in the end of that tail, is why I haven't cut that yet. But after this cut, I could probably get away with cutting that one because I have another set of brad nails right here that'll help hold this area together. So after these 3 cuts, I may do that and then cut that one out so it looks more done. Plus, I can always put tape around the border to hold it together, which I do a lot. Not the whole border, just certain areas. So hold the noise down out there in the pit. Just kidding. Hello, Mr. Steve Combs. Good to see you, sir. You are one drink behind. Well, one break and one slip out of the clamp, so that might be two. And Johnny King says, may try stack cutting one day, just don't want to mess up two pieces of wood at once. I hear you. Once your confidence hits, you won't turn back, I promise. Shaylee says, I'm watching you and making shirts. I can't get out to do it yet, but thanks for the reminder. You're welcome. Johnny said, oh, they're saying hi to Steve. Shannon Keats has joined us from Facebook. Hello, Shannon. Happy New Year to you too, sir. And we are caught up. And I'll adjust the camera here shortly. This is a visual comfort thing. And after I cut this cut, I will cut out where the brad nails are here because I have a set here that's holding it together in that area. And my hand placement is to avoid vibration. It doesn't need to be there of the piece. I just noticed I broke a piece off of the tail here, the top layer, but I saved that, and the way this fly is, you can just put glue on the place and just glue it right back into place like a puzzle. If not, just shave off where it broke, and nobody will know the difference unless they closely inspect compared to the pattern. I don't even know how I did that. I probably did it with my pinky. I'll have to go back and watch. That sucks. That wasn't broken while I was scrolling. Dag blabbit. At least not when I scrolled that particular cut. Dag blabbit is how I cuss on live air anyway. You can get a Dag blabbit t-shirt, coffee cup, cap, I got. Dick Holmes has one. Got it for his birthday. I'm wondering how I did that. It had to have been with my pinky or something. I don't know. Y'all may have noticed I didn't. I thought it was just a piece of debris. I forgot to move out of the way, but nope. Hello, Jimmy Page, JP Woodwork. Watching from the UK. Hello, sir. Getting by, sir. Mental state could be better, or mental health, but worse problems to have. Donnie King says, happens to me all the time. I usually just call it artistic license and let it ride. Yeah. Now, if that was an important piece, like on, the specifics, I don't know. It's hard to explain. If it was a piece of detail on a face, yeah, it'd be a little more stressful. But yeah, it was just a piece on the tail there, and I don't know. It's eating at me, not knowing how I broke it. But anyway, there we are. My pinky kind of hurts, so that's what makes me think I hit it with my pinky. Jamie Page, longtime friend from over the pond, who probably still doesn't think I can do a British accent, at least not without sounding posh. Posh is a word, kind of snooty, I guess, or rich, well-to-do. I don't know. Jamie went over to turning, so his scroll saw's probably gathering dust. Thank you, Jamie. Sent a super chat of £10. You can't do an English accent without sounding posh. Thank you, Jamie. And take a drink. It's only the second blade I've broken in an hour and 39 minutes, but that's good for me because usually I break more. If you're wondering what a super chat is, if you're on YouTube and you see that $sign at the bottom, you just click that and go through the motions. Never required, but always appreciated. Donnie King says using big box quarter-inch maple pine doesn't help with the breakage either. No, sir. Yeah, for me, I can say only the second blade I've broken because I've had other live streams where I was breaking them left and right. But rest assured, I've got more ready. The clamping system on a Hegner is unique to the Hegner, and there's a video on my channel called Anatomy of a Scroll Saw. It talks about all scroll saws, but also shows specifics on the Hegner, and it'll give you more details about the clamping and blah 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 thing. Yeah, Jamie used to. He used to scroll all the time. Yeah, I don't know why I sound posh. I don't know how to change it. I mean, some British, there's different, there's Wales, there's Welsh. Maybe I'm thinking, I don't know all the terms, but different areas of the UK have different sounding accents. So I don't know where I picked mine up. I mean, I imitate accents all the time. What is mandatory? Jamie says, I still do scroll all the time. I just don't do videos on it, Shaylee. All right, we'll take your word for it. Yeah, Wales is Welsh. Okay. But yeah, the kind where they do the TH sound with an F gets to me. No, it's not the TH. That's a V. Like Favre. And I think, yeah, that messes with me. But yeah, I'm sure y'all have issues with a lot of the American accents. Shedley's never asked me to scroll with her, so Jamie, feel privileged. And 9 times out of 10, when I break a blade, it's because I'm pushing the blade too hard instead of letting the blade do the cutting. That's a habit I've never broken. I see how you are, Shedley. But I will say, I am an acquired taste. I'm definitely not for everybody. I'm aware of that. And that wasn't aimed at Shedley. It was a generalization. Jamie says, I tend to really dislike Charles for a few hours when I'm scrolling, then I go back to loving him when I'm done. Yeah, I'm the same way. I hate myself when I'm going through a bunch of detail. Yeah, that's kind of been a love-hate relationship. But in my humble opinion, once you learn how to keep a blade on or near a line, the rest of it's just patience because you can cut out singular shapes. It's just a whole bunch of them. And that's once you get used to the saw and how it cuts and all that. I think I flirt too much. That's probably why Shay hadn't asked me. I'm just kidding, Shay. I'm giving you a playful guilt trip. I did slow down my flirting, though, I think. I've only asked her to marry me like 7 times. Shirley says, accept my laugh. I'm not sure what that's in reference to. Do you want to clarify, Shay? Because I don't remember what all I've said. So, Jamie and Shay are talking amongst each other. I may have missed one of Shaylee's comments, is why I don't know what she means by accept my laugh. I have tried to do an impression of her. That might be what she's referring to, but I cannot imitate her laugh. I don't know why. I believe Shaylee had the Artisan Pirate one time on her channel. I don't know if she's done anybody else because I'm terrible at keeping up with people. I believe the Artisan Pirate's real name is Tyler Dalton. If you want to check him out, he tends to leave good patterns, but again, I suck at keeping up with people. He doesn't do Steve good patterns, he cuts Steve good patterns. I don't believe I've ever spoken to him, but he seems like a pretty good fella. He's another person with a thick accent. It's American and Southern, but yeah, very thick accent. He definitely loves the pirate thing. I love you too, Shannon. 700 more likely? I don't know. I can only take so much rejection, but that doesn't always stop me. Now, if it was real, the rejection would stop me because I'm not a stalker. I mean, I try to do impressions of everybody, but I'm not always good at it, and people love to point that out. Jamie says, "Oh, he's making a pirate joke." Alrighty then. Jamie tends to flirt with my wife. It's been a while, but we all flirt back and forth. Well, I do most of the flirting, if I'm being honest. I don't know that anybody's flirted with me. You would think I'd get the hint, but I don't. At least not the ones I want to flirt with me. I had to throw that out there because what I said, somebody's going to flirt with me for the sake of flirting with me, trying to make me uncomfy. You almost had your chance, Jamie, because of my men- mental health. I almost screwed things up. But I won't go into too much detail. You're welcome, Jamie. Some people fantasize about that till they see us. I'm sort of knocking on the door, family friendly, so I'm going to calm that down. I'm sorry if your standards are low, Jamie. Alright, I'm gonna do about five more cuts, or 5 or 6 more cuts, and then I'll probably end this here live stream, but we will be back, which will go quicker if I can find the next pilot hole. I might could go longer. I hope that's a good thing. Try to keep going, but I'm getting tired and hungry. Yeah, I've had COVID twice, so I can relate. Not the Omicron thing, but you are you do have my curiosity going about what you want to message me about. So don't forget that. You could take a break from what you're doing and send me that message. It's gonna eat at me until I see it. Probably a restraining order. Yes, my honey. We've been here 2 hours and it doesn't look like I've done that much, but that's the joy of a little bitty detail. Well, at least when I was working on the grass, it didn't look like much. Whatever. And the next time we go live, you'll probably see more done because there's so much detail. I can do 30,000 cuts and still have more to do on the live stuff. Yeah, a couple more cuts and I'm probably going to end down. Every time I say that, I can't find the stupid Tylenol. on. I'm going to go ahead and end the live stream, but I appreciate the people that took the time to drop by. Please subscribe if you're not already. I can't say that I won't be back later today or tonight, but I also don't want to guarantee it. But if you're subscribed, click on the bell, click on the word all. You'll know. Uh, Appreciate y'all taking the time, and appreciate the activity out in the chat. Everybody that took the time to be here, and as always, please scroll on. Don't forget to message me, Shayla.